Watching Islamic TV program Light of Islam. Sheikh with us. Welcome again, Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, I heard we have a caller. We take the call and then we'll continue our discussion. Assalamu alaikum, caller.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yes, sister.
Sir, मेरा question, you understand English and Urdu?
हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल आपका नाम बताइए किस शहर से आप बात कर रही हैं और फिर उर्दू में बात कीजिए इंशाल्लाह।
ओके, मैं इलिनॉय स्टेट से बात कर रही
जी।
और हमारा टाउन एक स्मॉल टाउन है, उसमें मैंने ये कहना है कि बच्चों का कोई मैदान नहीं है। यहाँ पे जो कब्रिस्तान है उसमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ अमेरिकन पीपल है, क्रिश्चियन, उसमें मुसलमान नहीं है
जी।
लेकिन मेरे हस्बैंड ने वहाँ पे 2 प्लाट लिए हैं, वो क्रिश्चियन के जो है कब्रिस्तान इसमें
जी।
तो मैं चाह रही थी कि आप मेरे हस्बैंड को बताएं कि क्रिश्चियनों का अलग होता है और मुसलमानों का अलग होता है, तो इसलिए कुछ आप इस पे रोशनी डालें कि क्या हम कर सकते हैं। इसमें 42 इयर्स हो गए इस टाउन में रहते हो।
ठीक है, कौन से टाउन में रहते हैं आप?
बेंटन इलिनॉय।
बेंटन ओहायो में। ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन हम अगर
बेंटन इलिनॉय, नॉट
इलिनॉय, जी जी इलिनॉय जी। ठीक, ये क्वेश्चन अगर हम थोड़ा सा डिले कर दें नेक्स्ट प्रोग्राम तक, अगर हमारे साथ आलिम होंगे और जो उर्दू स्पीकिंग होंगे नेक्स्ट वीक, अगर ये क्वेश्चन हम डिले कर दें और आपका जवाब उस वक्त हम दे दें तो मुनासिब होगा?
No, I speak English too.
No, I do understand you speak English, but your question is again in English?
No, I'm Muslim. I'm Muslim, and Christian is all over. These are my friends. There's no problem. This is my house and my surrounding area. There's nice people. There's a neighborhood. All American. There's nobody Muslim is at this time.
Okay.
Then my question is 42 years I'm living in Bentonville. Then my question is, my only there's a 2 plot in the bed is a cemetery. And I told my husband, he said, no, Muslim is a different burial and Christian is a different burial. There's a lot of people is a different question.
Okay, sister, inshallah, we'll talk about it. Thank you for calling. We welcome to in the Islamic TV program Light Islam. Thank you for calling. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you, sir. Okay,
Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Well, we have to continue that question for next program.
Okay.
Because she's talking about graveyard. The part of the graveyard is most major graveyard is a Christian graveyard. Her husband took some space, so
Okay.
I'll delay that answer for next program, next week program. Okay. So now we are talking about the teenagers. They are going to school and then they have friends and they can have a girlfriend and boyfriend and all those things. As a Muslim, Islamic teaching don't allow that one. That's a totally haram. And what is the solution on that one as a parent? If some children comes at the age of 18 or 19, he want to get married. So what as a parent should we allow them, or we?
Well, as a parent, every parent knows their child, so they understand what the capabilities are, what type of maturity level each child is on. But if a child is showing that they're wanting to get married, then the responsibility of the parent is to find out how we can make it happen, find out what solutions there can be done. So in life, when we make other decisions, whether it's moving from one part of the country to the other, and it's important that we need to do it for work. We don't make the excuse and say, well, it's too hard, then I'm not going to do it. No, we find solutions to make it happen. So it's the same thing with the responsibility as a parent with the child who is seeking to become marriage. Marriage is half our religion. So it's going, and the marriage is also a protection for us. So with all the influences and all the messages that are sent that are counter to our belief system, counter to our principles, then it's incumbent upon us as parents to find a solution, find a way to we can make it work for our children to get married. We should encourage marriage. We should encourage ourselves as parents to show good models of what good marriages are, and we should look for any way possible that we can help our children fulfill half of their way of life, half of their deen.
Imam, can I ask you your personal, what age you got married?
I got married at 19.
MashaAllah,
Yes.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, I was a sophomore in college.
Okay.
My second year in college, I got married spring break. My wife and I, we were both in school, in college. I was at Kansas State University, and she was at Florida FIU in Miami. So we were actually in a long distance relationship, and we got married spring break of our second year in college. And then after that year, I transferred and moved to Miami to live with her. And then,
MashaAllah.
yes.
So it's possible to get married in young age while you are in the university or college? It's possible.
Absolutely.
And your marriage is successful, alhamdulillah.
Yes.
How many years has been?
18 and a half years.
18 and a half years, mashallah,
Yes.
mashallah.
Yes.
May Allah bless you and your family, brother. So you recommend our parents to have their kids. See, in our environment, our culture, probably is our culture, Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi culture, we delay the marriage. We say, oh, they're still going to college, they're still going to university, let them finish their education, let them get their degree. And once they got the degree, and then say, okay, let them find a job, professional job, not the art jobs. And then, you know, it takes few years to find a job, and then once they find a job, then they delay, say, okay, they just start making money, let them settle down, find nice home and before they get married. So delay. Is most people getting married at the age of 28, 30, 32, that's not the right age.
Well, we go through Ramadan every year, right?
Yes, there is a caller. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम। देखिए मेरा नाम शम्स सब्रेज है
जी
और मैं ऑरलैंडो से कॉल कर रहा हूँ।
जी
कभी बड़ा अच्छा सवाल क्या शिकागो से लिया निष्क्रिय इलिनॉय वो ग्रेव यार्ड का सवाल बड़ा मैं चाहूंगा कि इमाम साहब आप बैठे वो उसका जवाब ले लें उनके इमाम है और वो बेहतर तरीके से जवाब दे पाएंगे।
ठीक, आपका नाम?
शम्स तब्रेज फ्रॉम ऑरलैंडो फ्लोरिडा।
जी बहुत शुक्रिया शम्स साहब, आप कॉल किए अपने कीमती वक्त में से वक्त निकाल कर। जज़ाकल्लाह खैर। अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
बहुत शुक्रिया, थैंक यू। वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
He is insisting to answer that graveyard job since you are a imam. So the problem is our today's topic is different than that one, and that's why I delayed to answer that one for the next program. If you like to answer it, go ahead.
So what?
I didn't get the question clearly.
Okay.
Probably what I do understand is it's a graveyard, and her husband, part of that graveyard, her husband bought small land, and they are burying in their land. Probably is permissible to bury as a Muslim in the Christian graveyard.
Allah says in the Quran that we come from the earth and we return to the earth, and Allah is the one who manages the whole earth. So the earth it belongs to Allah. So even though somebody may buy the land with their own money, the earth belongs to Allah. So we don't know where we originated from as far as our physical body, where Allah grabbed our piece of leg or whatever. We came from the earth. So Allah says that masjid, the earth is a masjid. So wherever you want to bury someone, you can bury them. As long as you do the proper rites of the janazah, the rituals of the janazah, you can bury someone anywhere. From my understanding, you can bury someone anywhere. As long as you do the rites that are required of the janazah, you can bury someone in your backyard. We don't know what that land was before we purchased it as a house.
If the law allows, laws of the land allows it.
So yeah, exactly. If it's zoned for that, then absolutely. So you can bury someone anywhere as long as you do the proper rituals, the proper requirements for the burial process according to Al-Islam.
Right. The only problem is we buy even in Houston, a long time we don't have our own khabristan on a graveyard. And Sheikh Mehboob, one of my, actually is my uncle, he is the one created that graveyard in the Telephone Road. And mashallah, that area is all reserved for Muslims. It's good to have like that, but
absolutely.
If it is not possible, then we can bury it as like, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to bury it.
Yes.
Jazakallah khair. So back to that.
Yes, so back to the question that was posed about the proper age for children to get married, or young people, young adults to get married. I was going to make the analogy that we fast during the month of Ramadan. And Allah explicitly tells us through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that when we finish fasting, that we should not delay the fast, the breaking of the fast. So when a young person is growing up, they have the same urges that we have when it's time to eat. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows us in our biological makeup and through our hormones, we have a hunger for our sexual appetites. And we should not delay those appetites too long, because what happens if you're hungry and you delay that hunger over and over and over and over again, it creates desperation. And so you're not really thinking in your best mind when you're in a desperate type of a situation. So we should encourage to break the fast. We should encourage to break the fast as soon as possible, and according to each person's, according to their means. So we should not delay the marriage. We should find ways, we should find solutions to help our children get married. And really it's a protection for us in this society when we're bombarded with messages and influences about how we should express ourselves.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.
जी जनाब, बोलिए आपका नाम और किस शहर से बात कर रहे हैं, आपका सवाल.
I was just listening.
Okay, brother, go ahead, your name, sir, and any question you have in your mind?
No, this is Wazir Ali. I just heard that Hanif was on the phone, was on the on the show,
Ali.
So I was just calling to listen.
Brother Wazir Ali, mashallah, mashallah, is my longest friend. Welcome to Islamic TV program, brother. Imam Wazir Ali is one of the expert in Islamic teaching in Houston, mashallah. Any comments about at what age our kids to get married?
Well, I think the need dictates the age to get married. I think it will vary from child to child depending on their maturity, their emotional maturity, their ability to care for an individual, like a husband's ability to care for a wife, not just money-wise, financially, but also emotionally, spiritually, intellectually.
Okay.
So I think setting an arbitrary age is not the right approach. But I think the Quran provides guidance when Allah says, those who marry should, those who can marry should, and those who can't should fast. Until Allah bless them with the means to get married.
Okay, so we lost him. Go ahead, brother. The thing is Indian Pakistani parents saying our kids they don't sleep, they don't do that kind of things. Other kids might do it, but our kids is very, very, very pious, very.
Yeah.
So every parent is thinking like that, but it doesn't work like this. Okay, so now we have to finish up our program. Thank you for coming here, brother.
Yes.
Jazakallah khair.
Yes.
Any final comment within a few seconds?
No, what Imam Wazir just stated was right in line of where I was going. So I thank him. He's my brother. He's my mentor, a great friend of mine, and he's also one of the better leaders, not only in the Houston area, but all over the United States.
Inshallah.
So
inshallah.
we thank him.
In this note, we are going to end this program. माशाल्लाह जो भी इसमें अच्छाई थी अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला की तरफ से थी, जो भी कमी थी मेरे तरफ से थी। अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला से दुआ करते हैं कि या अल्लाह इस प्रोग्राम के ज़रिए मेरे वालिद मरहूम महमूद सिद्दीकी को इसका अजर अता फरमाए। जितने लोग इस वक्त देख रहे हैं उनके वालिदैन इस दुनिया में नहीं, तो उनको भी इसका अजर अता फरमाए और हम सबको सिरात मुस्तकीम पर चलने की तौफीक अता फरमाए। इसी नोट के साथ आज का प्रोग्राम का अख्तिताम। इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट प्रोग्राम पे मुलाकात होगी। तब तक के लिए अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू।